Another tropical cyclone is set to hit Zimbabwe along with other southern African countries today, threatening the lives and livelihoods in a country that's already struggling to feed its people. Tropical cyclone Batsirai will cut across Mozambique and parts of Malawi and Madagascar. The cyclone comes as the region is still recovering from Storm Anna, which claimed more than 80 lives in that region. To get your sense of the situation on the ground, bring in Newzroom Afrika's Zimbabwe correspondent Xolisani Ncube, who's with us to speak more about this impending calamity. And that's really the concern here, Xolisani, isn't it? The fact that so much damage has been done, and in a context where people haven't recovered, it looks like the situation can only get worse.
Good morning, Ayan, and good morning to the viewers back home. Indeed, the real threat is about the possible calamity we are likely to face with this cyclone Batsirai, which we understand will be hitting the shore of Zimbabwe and other countries in the region today. And the problem is that Cyclone Anna left many areas unreachable. I was in Mbire, which is around 300 kilometers away from Harare, which had no access roads to the health facilities. People were marooned, and also they've been trying to rescue them. Others have been evacuated. And with this news that Batsirai will be coming in today, it really sends a shock when people to say, how long shall we continue to have this kind of challenges, this kind of natural phenomenon where livelihoods have been destroyed, crops have been destroyed, and in some sense to Zimbabwe there have been no fatality to talk about, but if you talk of Mozambique, Malawi, there have been deaths, and something which is very worrying.
Yeah. What kind of support, if any, Xolisani, is the government of Zimbabwe able to provide to its people?
Well, with cyclones and also the kind of the country Zimbabwe is in, it's very difficult to offer a very meaningful assistance to its people, because of the economy itself is struggling to sustain itself, and also that most of these people are were marooned, I would say, when we went there. So the only support they were trying to do was to evacuate them through the use of helicopters as well as other mechanisms to ensure that people are taken to safety. When it comes to physical support, I would say, or material support, it's literally close to nil, because the government is failing to take care of itself. Also, infrastructure development, it has been hit hard because roads have been damaged. Remember, Ayanda, the country's road system is largely gravel because of the country hasn't moved into put tires in most road areas, and gravel is easily swept away by heavy rains. Also, most homes in rural areas are built of simple mud and dirt, which is very easily accessible to heavy rains. And these, when the pressure comes in, all these things, they compound people, and government cannot do much in terms of assisting people to construct good houses, people to have good roads, people to have a form of living. And remember, Ayanda, Zimbabweans, 70% of them are in the informal sector. They make a living from selling or working for themselves. And when cyclones come in, it means that their productivity is destroyed or disturbed. In the end, the economic cycle is disturbed because they cannot work. They have to look for safety.
Yeah, you speak about the composition of the labor market in Zimbabwe. The real concern, of course, is that even if people are able to survive, the question is, will the economy make it? And
70%, as I said, is largely in the informal sector. They make a living through buying and selling of goods. They are traders. They run around, crossing the border, South Africa, Zambia, Tanzania, bringing goods and also. And with cyclones, which disturb movement of goods and services, it becomes very difficult. As I said earlier, also with cyclones on their own, it means that you have to look for alternative shelter. And in Zimbabwe, if you look for a good alternative shelter, you have to look for in the city, which is again expensive. So, given that kind of scenario, it's very difficult for people to make a living, very difficult to sustain themselves, very difficult. Also, schools are opening. So, what government has done is that they've offered schools as a point of shelter for those who are in the low-lying areas. Again, when schools open next week, it means that those people have to find another alternative place to go to, because schools will be used by the people who will be going to school next week. So, it becomes again a challenge.
All right, Xolisani Ncube, thanks very much indeed for that update. A situation which is a cause for great concern. We'll keep watching it for you as it continues to unfold. Xolisani Ncube, Newzroom Afrika's Zimbabwe correspondent.